Hi everyone, I'm Charlotte, a career performance coach specialising in conscious leadership and fulfilment. Welcome to this quick video on taking accountability in our careers. I'm going to share with you the number one attribute I see that boosts performance and recognition at work and why it works. If you're watching this and finding that what I'm saying is really resonating with your situation right now, I've included the link below to my website so you can find out more about how to work with me to help you stand out, get promoted, paid, and actually enjoy your career in the process. Don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up. And of course, click subscribe to get notified when new and valuable content comes out to support and empower you throughout your career. So let's get started. I create and control my reality. How natural does that sound when you say it? If you don't believe yourself right now, that's okay. But what I'm going to share with you today is a deep dive into the concept that we are all fully in control of our lives, our realities. When you look through a portal of things happening to you, it's very easy to apply that principle to everything that happens during your day. My alarm didn't go off, so I couldn't get up on time. The milk was sour, so I couldn't have breakfast. The internet was down, so I couldn't do any work until it came back on. It all sounds pretty exhausting, enough to make anyone feel low and likely to have a crappy day. But even changing those sentences creates more opportunity for us to succeed. I allowed myself to rest a little longer this morning, and then I hit the ground running. I fasted this morning, and now I'm going to enjoy a really nutritious lunch. I had some screen-free time this morning and used it to catch up on some reading that I keep meaning to do. I'm not talking about looking for the silver linings in the storm clouds, although on the surface it may seem that way. I'm talking about reframing things that happen to find opportunities within them and change our behaviour to create more of what we want. Yes, the alarm not going off and waking up in a rush can be awful. Yes, having to go without your beloved morning cup of coffee can be torturous. Or both of these things can give us something we need. The reality is that you actually created both of those situations, so there's no use blaming anyone else for them happening to you. You can choose to be kinder to yourself though and see beyond the inconvenience. You were the one who failed to set the alarm correctly and the one who didn't think to buy more milk, but that's okay. The world didn't end. If you sit there and either berate yourself for sucking at adulting or complain that the world is unfair and ask why everything happens to you, it will happen again and again. But if you use these examples to find opportunities to do things differently and decide what you do want moving forwards, maybe you decide you like black coffee. Maybe you decide to start leaving yourself notes when the milk runs low. You create a better environment for your future self. You set yourself up to receive all the good things and seemingly happy coincidences that can happen for you. The same goes for things at work. If you find that you're constantly asking why people act a certain way towards you, or why others always get the opportunities that you want, it's time to take accountability for your own success. What kind of person is that who always gets put forward for promotion? Who winds up with the best projects, the most collaborative team, all the praise? Who is she? What's she like? What does she do? Yep, it's true. There are people out there who seem to get everything they don't deserve. But there's a crucial part of what they're doing that gets them everything they want. They act like it's already happening. Think about it like this. If you knew you were going to get good feedback from a project you just completed, would you sit behind your desk wondering about what people were saying about you or if anyone would notice? Or would you step into your boss's office the next morning to ask how they thought it went? Probably the latter, right? That's the opportunity you're creating. When you believe something is already so, you naturally act more in line with that being your normality, therefore creating the opportunity for it to happen in reality and building evidence for yourself that it's true, which reinforces the behaviour that creates the opportunity, and so on. You can imagine it being the hardest thing in the world to just jump into a different persona or a different type of behaviour, and you'd be right. When you don't believe it to be a possibility for you, it's not. You are your only limit. So the work I do with many of my clients is to delve into why you don't believe in yourself, so you can stop holding yourself back from receiving everything you've ever wanted. Once you accept that you design your own destiny, it's all yours for the taking. then it comes down to accountability. Are you going to let your life happen to you? Or are you going to create opportunities for things to happen for you? Here's another example. You're totally overwhelmed with workload right now. Too many projects, not enough support. No one's really listening. You're having to figure things out on your own. Something or everything is going to go wrong. Well, yeah, it will, if that's what you think. Because you resign yourself to the fact that you're failing to control things you think you should be on top of. The most important thing here is that things don't go wrong. But you're going to let it happen because of this overwhelm and lack of support, and those things are happening to you. So let's reframe. Take accountability. You're not prepared to let it all go wrong because you're that person now. The one who gets the good feedback, the praise, the exciting projects, the bonus. And things don't go wrong for her. What do you do differently? Maybe you decide it's time to set some boundaries with your boss in regard to workload. You set a meeting and explain what your limits are, what the dangers are if you don't get what you need, and lay out what support is required to succeed. Maybe you start delegating with authority to your team to clear some space and energy for you to do the work you need and empower the resource you have to support you. Maybe you sit down with a colleague or mentor and ask for help, because getting it right is more important than being right. What are the chances of things going wrong now? Much less. And the likelihood of that positive feedback, proving yourself, and that step towards promotion ticked off? Much higher. Accountability is everything when it comes to our success, especially at work. There are enough people who scapegoat their way through their career, and yeah, maybe they get rewarded when they shouldn't. But their success is showing you what's possible when you decide to move yourself forwards. And you know you can do that in a much healthier way that isn't going to damage anyone else or your relationships with them in the process. It's not about blaming others to move forwards. It's about moving forwards in your own right. Success isn't a finite resource. It looks different to everybody. And if what you want isn't in front of you right now, that doesn't mean it's not a possibility for you. By taking accountability for your own performance, by showing up as your best and taking the initiative to grow and develop of your own accord, you're demonstrating the value you know you have. And trust me, when you get to that point, it's impossible to hide it. I have a few clients that originally came to me with the hope that their company would fund their coaching investment, but when it came down to it, decided that regardless of what their answer might be, they were worth it and were prepared to fund themselves. When you stand up and say that you're worth investing in, whether that's a promotion, opportunity, course, degree, personal development, self-care retreat, or anything else, other people automatically recognize that you're serious. If you're prepared to invest in your development, regardless of whether the company is prepared to do it for you, you're demonstrating your commitment to your success. And your success is their gain. If this topic really resonated with you and you want to find out more about how to work with me to support and empower you in your career progression, message me today or click the link in my profile to find out more. Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button to get notified when new and valuable content comes out to support and empower you throughout your career. See you next time.